Hello. This is such a wonderful. I haven't even gotten into it. Can't wait to go into it and get into it. This is a post that I snapshot on Instagram. It says cyberstalking. Cyberstalking a victim for 2 years leads to a decade in federal prison for Iowa, Iowa man. I haven't even gotten into it. I am so happy to get into it. This is like I haven't even gone into it. I'm not even sure what it says. I'm just really excited. Cyber stalking it's becoming like a real crime now. You want to F with somebody through electronics. You want to hide through electronics. You want to hide behind a phone. You want to hide behind hacking. You want to hide a whole bunch of bullshit and do it for years. And you know that you really don't have the skills and the mindset to gather evidence against your gang, whether you're a target individual against your game stalker or this has really happened to you and you're not targeted. Because these go on for years. Cyber stalking goes on for years, and talk about target individuals a lot because a lot of their bullshit that they go through that they don't have to go through is cyber stalking, hacking into people's phones, computers, their internet, whatever they surf on the internet, whatever that's in their phone. This is all meant to cause trauma, mental suffering, paranoia. It can land somebody in a mental hospital, and you're gonna sound like a crazy person that this is actually happening to. Because cyber stalking is just doing this harassment uh, through collecting all the data off your internet, off your phone, and replay it back to you in real life. This could be a person doing it, come up to you and say something about a specific thing that you last researched last night or whatever. But it can also used to harass a person. If you use many accounts, you could slander their name. You could do so much to it. There's a lot of other things that you could do, just a lot of horrible things. So I don't know if this is referring to a targeted individual, but I am very happy to hear that someone is going to be sentenced 20 years for cyber stalking. So here it is. It's on the justicegov.com or justice.gov. The Department of Justice. It's August 2nd, 2021. Such good news. This is in Iowa. A Cresco man who cyberstalked a Minnesota woman for nearly 2 years. This is so great. This is so great. To find out that finally something's been done, is being done with this ugly cyber stalking thing. Was 2 years, was sentenced on July 30th, 2021, and 10 years in federal prison. Michael Sean McGuire, age 58, from Cresco, Iowa, received a prison sentence after a December 8, 2020 guilty plea to 4 counts of cyber stalking. I don't know what the counts. We're going to look into the counts now. Information disclosed at the sentencing and plea hearing showing that in fall of 2017, the victim, who was living in Minnesota, met McGuire on a, this is if you're not a target, or if you are a target, there's always, when you meet someone online, right? Whether you got a boyfriend offline or you met a friend offline, this is how it happens. This is very common. I met this dude offline, I met this man, this gentleman, whatever. I met this person offline, and all this evil shit started happening to me. Right? This is my first time reading it. Met McGuire on an online dating site. These dating sites, I'm telling you. A lot of Homa used to go on them. I do not prefer you to do it anymore. Because what I've researched into and what other targeted individual research on these dating sites, they're not just used to be dating people. I mean, yeah, that's what they're meant for. They're having strange experience themselves. Even if you're a non-target, they're having strange experience with people online. Two dated for approximately 7 months before the victim broke up with McGuire, with the person that was doing it to her. At the point, McGuire began texting and emailing the victim consistently, sending her harassing messages. In the summer of 2018, the victim obtained a the victim, she went to the police, and she obtained a non-contact order prohibiting McGuire from contacting her or anyone in her family. This was a freak. McGuire went on to harass and torment the victim over the course of the next approximately 2 years. Okay, if you have really that much trust in your police, your sheriff, this, when it comes to stalking, from cyber stalking, this shit is this is so easy for them to handle. Police and cyber stalking, it's not hard for them. It's not. They come in, they ask you if you want to, it's okay if you look into your network, and then they find the connections, who's you're connected to. But, the police today in cyber stalking, it just takes time. I don't know why. It takes time for them to investigate. The woman didn't have to go through this for 2 years. McGuire went on to harass and torment. There's the word. Harass and torment. I don't think this lady, if you've ever been cyber stalked, it is tormenting. Okay? It is tormenting. And it's not, I haven't even went into great detail. To harass and torment the victim over the course of the next approximately 2 years. During the time, McGuire created 5 fake Facebook profiles. The profiles contained the victim's name and photo, and contained sexually explicit messages about the victim. Okay. The fake profile sent over 80 friend requests to the victim's friends and family. McGuire also made dozens of flyers and yard signs which contained sexual explicit messages, photographs of the victim. Wow, that's pretty bad. This shouldn't have to go for 2 years. And sexually explicit photographs of a woman appearing to be the victim. The flyers and the yard signs contain victim's name. What? Dude. The victim's name, phone number, and address. The flyers were delivered to dozens of people, including oh my gosh, what kind of cycle? The flyers were delivered to dozens of people, including the victim's children's extended family members, neighbors, friends, and her employer, a priest, a business associate. They even get into your life, into your business life. Yard signs were left in multiple places in town. The victim lived in, including her employers. This is called character assassination. But so she was intimate. She knew this person for 7 months, and then in those 7 months, he's been having pictures and videos of her, and then placed them everywhere around town. That shouldn't have to take 2 years. The yard signs were left in multiple places in town that the victim lived, including her employee's parking lot, her church lawn, and a popular local restaurant. What? On one occasion, McGuire spray painted a sexually explicit message, including the victim's name, on a business front in the victim's hometown. On another occasion, McGuire texted the victim. This is tormentation. How was these signs being put I'm pretty sure if there was something going on wrong, I would have took off the sign. As a police officer, I would have done something. On another occasion, McGuire texted the victim that she could call the police because he was violating his restraining order, and then proceeded to follow the victim around town in his car. McGuire was arrested for that incident and spent a few days in a county jail. Only a few days in a county jail. So, usually targets will complain about that. Sometimes the restraining order don't work. At the sentencing hearing, the judge pointed out that McGuire was undeterred by his arrest and continued to stalk and harass the victim for several months after his arrest. In the fall of 2019, investigators searched McGuire's place of business in Cresco. There, they seized multiple items, including photos of the victim and on her family and her friends, her Facebook or friend list. Supplies used to make the flyers and yard signs, rubber gloves, and rope. So maybe the police did not know who did it, but just really for 2 years, it should have even lasted for 2 years. McGuire was sent in Cedar Rapids by United States District Court C.G. Williams. Judge Williams described McGuire's conduct toward the victim and her friends and his family a form of mental torture. That's if you're a targeted individual, you know this term, mental torture. This woman went through a lot. She went through a lot. I wish if someone could interview her, that would be really great. But there's a lot of stuff in here I don't think she would like to be interviewed. And a form of public terrorism. In a way. Huh. Something with the target individuals. It's a public terrorism. McGuire was sentenced to 120 months imprisonment. He must also serve a 3-year term of supervised release after the prison term. There is no parole in federal prison system. McGuire must pay $400 to the Special Assessment Fund, $15,000 fine, a $17,500 restitution to the victim. That money has to mean shit. $15,000. Michael McGuire tormented the victim over 2 years. An acting United States Attorney Sean R. Berry, following the sentence, he will spend the next decade in federal prison, protecting both his victims and the public from his malicious behavior. The sentence sent a strong message to all that this kind of behavior will not be tolerated. This was prosecuted by Assistant United Nations Attorney Ashley Corky, Kendra Lundquist, and Lisa Williams, and was investigated by the Kanawha County, Minnesota Sheriff's Office, which is shocking. William Marr, Minnesota Police Department, Litchfield, Minnesota Police Department, whatever, a whole bunch of police departments. Investigation in the Federal Bureau of the Investigation. Well, that was cool.